I don't believe we need to take any action since this is just a report.
That's correct.
Mackenzie confirms, no action necessary.
Thank you so much, and really a great job. Also, we'll go on to item J, discussion for possible action, the White Pine Public Golf Course update. And Kyle, I'll let you take that away. You've got it up? Thank you.
Yep, I do have it up.
Do you have copies for the audience?
We do have copies for the audience, yes.
Thank you.
So I want to thank Randy Long and I want to thank Terrell Trask for working with me on this. Just like asking us to look back an entire year is difficult. I know that they had to pull out a lot of numbers here, but they did send this in, and I wanted the board to go ahead and review some of the progress. And I think the golf course has the same accomplishments in spite of some roadblocks and hurdles. From what I see here, they actually saw a couple some increases, some decreases, but overall you can see that there was a little over 9,000 rounds that were played in 2021, and you saw that go down in 2019 and 20. Well, you saw it going up in 2019 and 2020, but it went up even more in 2021. And it looks like Randy estimates about 1,500 visitors, or 1,500 rounds were from visitors. Greens fees collected have gone up, so you see an increase on this line here. The season passes, comparisons, all of that stuff. So it looks like everything went up between 2019 to 2020 to 2021. It looks like the biggest hurdles was staff shortages. That's not a surprise. We've heard that before. And so we do give grant money to the golf course. We do give the distributions to it. Essentially, the golf course just said they appreciate the advertising, the help with marketing. We designed their posters, things like that. My commitment to Randy and Terrell is that we were going to connect with them well before the golf course opens for the season and really try to nail down a plan that we can work with so that we can be ahead of the curve. There's 2 more documents, and this is their events, and so I'll just share these. These were all of the events that the golf course held. And this is through July 3rd, and so you can see that it's pretty stacked from the time it opens up to the 4th of July, and then this document is the second half. From July 3rd all the way through October 23rd. There. So again, this document, it did come in a little bit late, and I did email that out to everybody. We do have copies here. If anybody wants to review that and has any questions, or wants to get back together with Randy and I to go over this. But yeah, again, the overall summary of the golf course season in review in 2021 is in spite of staff shortages, and it seemed like Randy having to run around and do everything, they have been consistently growing from 2019 to 2020 to 2021.
Thank you, Kyle, very much on that. And I do believe that Randy's really struggled with trying to cover every base simply because of not being able to get people hired. And it's a labor-intensive attraction for us. And so we really appreciate all he does. Are there any comments or questions about this report? Hearing none. Oh, go ahead, Marietta.
Thank you, Kyle, for getting this, working with Randy to get this accomplished. I'm really impressed with this. I know since I play golf how much work it is to maintain that golf course. It's acres and acres and acres of land with lots of issues throughout the year. So thank you very much.
What's on my mind is not intended to be critical, it's just a fact. These are the kind of numbers we shouldn't have to ask them for. They should know this stuff because this is basic management stuff. So I hope that they've developed a format to track these things in real time and to know what's going on. For example, so that's 16% of our play was tourism related. That's way lower than it needs to be. Those are good numbers. We need to know what these things are. So I'm hoping that as we move forward, one of the things we can help them develop is some management reports that they're keeping, some dashboards that they're keeping an eye on this stuff. Because it's not worth it to me to have a golf course that has 16% tourism on it. That's not what this is. It's great that we can have a local amenity, but the real draw is that we have our people that are visiting us use it. So we got some room to grow getting our visitors to use the place.
Yeah, and I think having these numbers are a good benchmark for when we do this again next year.
Exactly.
So we came up with the template, or we submitted the questions for the information that we were looking for. And so it'll be great getting together and being like, okay, we want to grow this from 16% to 25%, and how are we going to do that? That's now that we know kind of where we stand, we can start strategizing on how to improve what we want to improve.
Thank you, Ian, for those comments. I think they're very helpful, and this is the baseline, and so targeting the improvements is very important. So good points. Any other comments about the golf course update? Hearing none, we'll move on to discussion only. Item K, Executive Director's Report. Kyle?
All right, I swear this will be the last time you have to hear me talk tonight. So for the January report, kept the format that we had for the November and the December. And so starting out with the meetings, a lot of them are strategizing over upcoming marketing campaigns and dealing with some of the grant campaigns. So Abbey Agency, the Visit USA Parks marketing strategy, that is to help market Baker and the National Park for their 100th anniversary of Lehman Caves celebrations that are going to be going on. We do have a new sales rep for Reach Locals, so we're going to fine-tune some of those ads. This Tom Danielson one, he is a professional cyclist that is BJ Allberg's coach, the one who helped him win his long-distance endurance events. He is looking at bringing his professional gravel riders out to Ely to do a 2-week training camp before the UCI Gravel World Championships in Truckee. And so we're looking at having his team come out July sometime to go ahead and do those 2 weeks of training. There's going to be a lot of marketing that's going to happen because of that, because these are extremely high-level cyclists, and so they have all their social media followings, and so that's something to help develop into more, from mountain biking into more of the gravel riding. The accomplishment, I just want to remind the board that I will be speaking at the National Main Street Conference in Richmond, Virginia. That's May 16th through 18th. And again, we are doing our e-blast back in-house for 2022. Just an update on our current grants, and so this is what Travel Nevada has currently granted us. Most of the printed material has been shipped, so we have that. There's a few more things for the reprint campaign. We're waiting for our first stories to come in from the storytelling. Still looking for a videographer for the arts promo video. Abbey Agency is in full swing with the mountain bike influencer campaign. You just heard from Rudy about the Shell Raiser, and then we have started running ads for Nancy for the Ely Outdoor Enthusiast. We've got some of the arts stuff, just still working on the list of musicians and we're meeting with Terry and Nathan about the studio location. I've sent all the information in to 1150 for the bristlecone pine display here at the convention center, so Prometheus is going to be getting updated. So that is moving forward. The outdoor rec, grooming continues on all of our trails, and we are doing winter sports promotion this next month. It's all about all the things you can do in the snow. Upcoming events. Fire and Ice was awesome. Every part of it. When we debriefed on Sunday before Michael's fireworks show, Nicole and Errol and I always talk about how we want more people, better this, improve that. But overall, all the reviews back were amazing, and everything that Michael touches is just spectacular. So I can't wait till we can get back on Cave Lake. I think that's goes without saying. Here's a lot of the media that the Fire and Ice was promoted in. We've got the Rotary Ice Fishing Derby coming up on February 5th and the Ely Film Festival March 11th through 13th. The ADA bathroom remodel, we're still waiting for some quotes. The diaper changing stations are actually being installed probably tonight. The mural brochure map is being updated to be more readable, and then we'll send that off to print. And then there's, the facilities guide and ambassador training. And at the bottom here is just the events that we have had recently and are coming up. So we just finished the Lincoln Day breakfast and the 4-H awards banquet, but we will have ice fishing registration in here. The 4th, the Rotary Valentine's Day party, the Robinson Mine meeting, and then we are starting to do some religious-based events and masses and memorials on the weekend. So Convention Center is full for where we normally are this time of year. And is there any questions on the director's report?
Hearing none, thank you very much. It's a little busy.
A lot
It's nice
busy.
to see. It's nice to see the convention center is back and booming. It's really terrific.
And I forgot to add, we had a very successful Eastern Nevada Landscape Coalition Winter Weeds Conference here last week. There was probably about 120 people in attendance, which is significantly up from where it was last time we had one. So congratulations to them for being back.
Yes, and it really reinvigorated things, I believe, and intent excitement. So thank you. I think it's time for our marketing report.
Hello. Good to see everybody. So I'm just gonna jump right into it as always with Facebook. So checking an hour before this meeting started, we're now up to 6,551 followers, which is an increase of 180. And then looking down at the screenshots I provided, rather than going through every single increase and data points, I'm just gonna quote Kyle and say Fire and Ice was awesome. At the very beginning of the month, we did a Fire and Ice campaign for the first 2 weeks. And it really shows in the numbers what it actually means when we do a campaign, when we're able to back our posts. And it shows, I mean, videos was up 1,000%, our post engagement was up 500%. And the main thing I really want to show is at the bottom, with this popular post, that bringing the fire to Fire and Ice, that was a live stream I did of the fireworks train. And that reached up to 45.8 thousand people. And if you are able to look at the color of that orange, that's completely organic. We put no money behind that. When it comes to when we do put money behind things based on what we're able to budget and put behind our posts, we're lucky if we reach 15,000. So the fact that this reached 45.8 thousand organically, with just us putting it out there as a post, is incredible. I just really want to highlight that. Moving on to Instagram, we were up 189. We started doing reels on Instagram, thanks to Kyle and all those that put on our stories. I think it's showing that they're very successful and people love them. So Instagram was up to 2,828 followers. With Twitter, we're up to 431. Moving on to our targeted digital, our search retargeting for Reach Local received over 732,000 impressions, 149 clicks, and a click-through rate of 0.08%. Our search engine marketing received 7,984 impressions and 410 clicks and 4 leads. Moving on to the website, our top 5 pages this month was the homepage, the Fire and Ice Winter Festival featured event, the Rotary Club Ice Fishing Derby, which is on February 5th, lodging and things to do. Looking at our new versus returning visitors, 84% of visitors to our website were new, with 16% returning. And as you can see, per usual, mobile is up on device breakdown of who's visiting our site and what device they're using, with mobile taking up over half at 55%. Our sessions were up 38%, and our page views were up 35%. Moving on to calendar updates coming up this month in February. The 11th, 7th, and 17th and 15th is the Nevada Women Railway Winter's Team photo shoots. And so those are going to be happening this month. I got those dates based on the website. And then on the 5th is the Rotary Ice Fishing Derby. And then until somebody corrects me,
Steptoe Valley.
Steptoe Valley, Cascade and Target General Shoot. They plan on doing one every Sunday. And again, until someone says, no, we're not doing that, I'm putting it out there, because they did it last year. Just some other things I would like to add, just so everyone knows, if they want to let other people know, and just so everyone's aware. All the events that are happening all the way up until the end of August are officially up on the website, our website calendar, community calendar, as of today. Everything all the way up until August. One other thing I would like to add is my first toolkit for Fire and Ice. I think that was received very well around the community. Everybody was, even people who aren't on social media, were very impressed with how hunkered down we have everything, and they were happy to see what's going on and know what's going on. So I think it was very well received. I'm looking forward to doing more toolkits, absolutely. Working with Kyle, I have a pretty good bead on what media campaigns I'll be running also for the next 7 or 8 months. And so I promise you, you'll have several toolkits in your possession very, very soon.
Thank you, Errol, very much. Are there any questions or comments? I just want to thank you, the Fire and Ice, truly magnificent from all points. But will you be putting a banner up on the homepage for the Rotary ice fishing?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we have that? Yes. Aaron and I will figure out that, and then as soon as that's done, we'll have something up for the film festival.
Which is already on the homepage.
The film festival is already the featured event on the homepage, so yeah.
So, and just for a note, of course, our great Elks Lodge is sponsoring 2 crab cracks this year because of COVID, and so it'll be Saturday, March 5th, and Saturday, February 11th. And so I hope those 2 are on the calendar with Gail's phone number or whoever it is. So,
Yep.
thank you very much. Okay, anything else, Kyle, from agenda item K?
Nope.
Thank you very much. Old business. We have board member reports. Brian, do you have anything to report?
Nope, I don't really have anything to report.
Thank you. Ian, do you have anything to report?
I was telling Kyle today that I inadvertently ended up promoting our Ski Ely project to all those attending at the Republican Lincoln Day breakfast. And while I felt like I bumbled my way through that, apparently it was the hit of the day. I couldn't get out the door. Everyone wanted to know about it. Everyone wanted to be a part of it. I got over to Adam Laxalt's lunch event afterwards, and people were still following me over there and wanted to know more about it. So we have yet to see how that ripples out, but it was an unintentional home run. So.
Well, great. That's great. And you know, your price is right for promotion for us. Thank you very much. Marietta, do you have anything to report?
Yes, I'm working on the financial piece of the American Rescue Plan grant for the horse races, and that'll be done and ready for the city for their next scheduled meeting.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, at this time, in agenda items for the next board meeting, again, Judy will put the letter on for the audit as far as our corrective plan. And then Kyle, could you maybe work with 2 other of our partners as far as a template for a baseline for them, perhaps Cody or something like that, you know, folks that we give money to, just so that we continue on and make sure that, of course, that that we're 100% behind them and want to support them in every way. And looking at the data points, it's like Ian said, that gives us something that we can concrete, that we can help our partners with to achieve.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
I would also like to add, I'd like to report on, I don't know if you would call it strategic planning, or if it would just be a report of our 2022 goals of what we're looking to accomplish. I'd like that as an agenda item.
Thank you very much on that. Good, yes, good call. All right, any other agenda items for February? Hearing none, we will move to public comment. Any public comment on Zoom? All right, we'll move to the convention center. Welcome, Mr. Mr. Chachas?
Thank you. Madam Chairman, your tourism impact report extended work with 150 businesses, organizations, so on and so forth. I'd like to list who you contacted or who you work with. That's very interesting. Madam Chairman, you talked about a mask mandate, but it isn't just for those who have allergies. Either you have a mask mandate or you don't. You also need a sound system. The young lady that was here earlier, I had a heck of a time here. This convention center, you should have all of that. If you're worried about someone coughing, such as myself, put in a podium with a plastic barrier, microphone, and we can resolve it. Everybody else does that. There's no reason we can't do it here. Lastly, I've yet to see anything on your agenda regarding the Heritage Park. I will remind you, national studies discourage the placing of schools and parks near truck stops. I don't want a predator's park. I want to repeat that. Anything happens up there, I'm going to blame all you people. It isn't that you don't know. It isn't that you haven't been told. You know, park downtown, we're going nowhere. I've yet to see anything on your agenda in regards to Broadbent Park and the retaining of the present grandstand. The grandstand is a $500,000 asset. Is the city going to scrap? Are they going to scrap? Or do they plan on relocating it to another location? Open meeting law says you should give me an answer within 3 days, not 5 years. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Any other public comment? Hearing none, I'd like to adjourn this meeting. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll see you next month. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. That went really good for as many big ticket items was on here.
This has been a Georgetown production. George Chachas reporting.